So what's going on in social media land, groupies? I just want to come at you today and talk about this situation in Kentucky about this guy dressing up, taking his kid out trick-or-treating for Halloween as a Nazi and Adolf Hitler. Now, everybody's probably heard of this by now. Most likely it's a national news story by now because the father decided he was going to wear himself a little Nazi uniform, and the child was going to be Adolf Hitler. Now, whether he was going to wear it because his kid wanted to be Hitler or not, he said that, they observed history, they loved history, la-di-da, and they wanted to do that, whatever the case may be. They dressed up like a Nazi and a little Adolf Hitler, and they didn't think there's nothing wrong with it. Now, that's their own prerogative, it's their own opinion. For God's sakes, it's Halloween, things like that. Now, personally, okay, if it's me, no, I wouldn't do it. For the simple fact that dressing up as a Nazi in this particular day and age will cause the Democrats and anybody on the left and some independent people and a few people on the right to be upset. Specifically, the people on the left, they will call you, they will harass you, they will harass your child, they'll bully your child, they'll get you fired, they'll burn your house down. You can't trust nobody, especially on the left wing of America. They'll do the worst possible things to you to ruin your life, regardless of what your intentions was. And that's not a good thing. So there's that. And then there's a simple fact. All right, now, the synagogue shooting just last week. I would have to say, out of moral respect for those people, that I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't dress up like that. I wouldn't let my kid dress up like that. Because of that. For two, out of the moral respect for the Holocaust survivors, I wouldn't do that. Just wouldn't do it. That's like dressing up like the Klan. People have their choice to do it. It's your right to do it, whatever. But those particular things are a certain kind of evil that should be frowned upon by everyone across the board. So I wouldn't do it for the simple respect of the Jews and the Holocaust and the people who got shot up last week. I just wouldn't do it. But nonetheless, this guy did. Like I said, people have their own opinions, their own prerogative, whatever it may be. But I do have some problems with the situation. Because certain people are getting on here and they're calling him a legitimate Nazi. Oh, he didn't just go buy that uniform. He had it in his closet. He's a Nazi. Oh, he should have his children removed from his home. Anybody know where he lives at? I'm going to call CPS on him. Seen comments like that on there because he lets his kid dress up like Hitler? Because he's wearing a uniform? Oh, he's a racist. He's a real Nazi. He's a white supremacist. You don't deserve that child. He's raising a little racist. That's what people are saying. Just because you wear a uniform doesn't mean that he's raising a little racist. He might have explained to his child from right and wrong and the fact that, this is Halloween. Some people are princesses. Some people are Paw Patrol, Shimmer and Shine, whatever. You want to be Frankenstein. You want to be a monster. You want to be a real monster, someone who legitimately was a terror to people. Adolf Hitler, he's the shining light. He is the personification of evil, so that you dressed up like it. You're a winner for that. But all these people out here are judging this guy based off of a Halloween costume. Just think about that for a minute. They don't know him. They don't know what he has or hasn't taught his child. He could have told his child straight up, this is a really evil guy. He done all these horrible things. It's not right. It's not good. La-di-da. He might not be a racist. He might not be raising a little racist. But people are saying it. People are thinking it. People are assuming it because they wore a uniform. So you're judging someone not based off of their character. Not based off anything other than the fact that a uniform and you don't like it. You don't know who he is. So, go from there. But, the guy did right. But there was nothing wrong with white pride on one of his Facebook posts, I guess, is what the media is reporting. Now, whenever he posted this, it could have been a day ago, 2 months ago, 15 months ago. Don't know. I ain't looked into it that much. But let me start on that note. There ain't nothing wrong with white pride. There ain't nothing wrong with black pride. There ain't nothing wrong with Asian pride, Native American pride. None of that. There ain't nothing wrong with it. You're born into this skin. You ain't got no choice as to what skin you got when you are born. You don't have no choice to the DNA you have when you are born. That is up to your parents. So, of course, everybody should be proud of who they are in their own skin. You should be comfortable of who you are in your own skin, regardless if you're white, you're black, you're Asian, you're Hispanic, whatever the case may be. You should be proud of it. The one thing that people should be upset about is whenever somebody says, that they've got pride from another country. You know, yeah, you might be okay that you was born in that country. You liked living in that country. That's one thing or another. But when you're in America, American pride should be the pride that all of us care about the most. Because we are all one as a nation. All right? Everybody may not get the concept. But America together. Every person in it, every state, county, city, you name it. All right? We're all a part of a big body. Think of America as a body. A fully functioning body. You have to be proud of your body. You have to be proud of it because we all function together. Florida might be a foot. Texas might be a leg. You know, think of it that way. We got to be proud to be Americans. And part of that pride is being proud of your race. Now, does that mean that people use slogans like white pride, white power in bad ways? Yes, you're damn right they do. Klansmen use them. It's horrible people out there who deserve to be beat to death. Okay? But at the same exact time, there's people out there who use black pride, black power in the same exact manner. Now, a lot of people may not want to admit this or not, but here's some truth for you. When it comes to being racist, when it comes to hating someone, it crosses all racial bounds. And if you cannot admit that, then you are the real problem in America. People on here making little comments, oh, this is why racism will never die. No, racism will never die. Because people do not want to accept the fact that racism crosses all racial bounds. If you're a black guy and you hate a white guy because he's white, because his ancestors, that's just to justify the fact that you hate him because he's white. Then you're a racist. Black people can be racist. Hispanics can be racist. White people, we know, can be racist. But until everybody admits it and acknowledges it, that people can be racist across all racial origins, there ain't no help for nobody. Now, most of the time, people don't want to say anything about it because the Democrats want to make it a one-shot narrative. Oh, no, only white people can be racist because of supremacy and because of this, because of that, because America built this and businesses favor that. That's just an excuse. It's an excuse people use to victimize people. It's an excuse people use to lower people into saying, here, let me represent you. Let me fight for you. And then they pander to you in commercials. Let me tell you something. I got a problem with nobody of any race. But I do got a problem with people that might be bad people of any race. That's how I feel about it. People want to scream racism, but can't even acknowledge the fact that racism crosses all bounds. Just like religion. It don't matter if it's a hate crime. If you are a Christian and you hate a Muslim and you commit an act of violence against them because they are a Muslim, it is a hate crime. Because they are Jewish, it is a hate crime. And everybody's wanting to cry about, oh, he's a Nazi, he's a Nazi. Why? Because he wore a Nazi uniform? He's a racist because of that? He's not out here saying he hates Jews. As far as I know, he's not. And if he is, then, well, he hates them. He's a racist person. But somebody who is out here saying that they hate Jews, saying that they want to kill white people and they want to kill Jewish people, wide open, is Nation of Islam Pastor Louis Farrakhan. He's all over Twitter. They won't ban him. He's all over social media. Nobody will ban him. The exact same rhetoric that he said just 3 years ago in an interview. 3 years ago. That he said these Jews are coming over here and killing my people. And he said that they should kill the white people. They should kill the Jews. Exact same thing the synagogue shooter said last week. That they are coming over here killing his people. But everybody looks at somebody because they might be white, wearing a Nazi uniform, and think they're the bad guy. If you're not just as upset over somebody like Louis Farrakhan going out here saying the exact same shit, then you're the problem and you're the hypocrite. And that's what we need out of America. That's the shit that's making America bad. Everybody's equal here. We're all under the same laws regardless what our skin color is. I've got Spanish in my family tree. I've got full-blood Cherokee in my family tree. I've also got Europe in my family tree. So I'm a little bit of this, that, and the other. But for the most part, I'm American. 110% American. Period. And that's where I align myself. I look at somebody, I don't care if they're white, they're black, they're Hispanic, if they're a dopehead, they're a pedophile, I'm going to be mean to them, especially a pedophile. Especially. But the point is anyhow, let's get back to this guy in the uniform. He's just in a uniform, people. But then again, we are in a moment in time where the people on the left wing are saying that it's cultural appropriation if your white child dresses up like anything that's not white. If your white kid dresses up like a Japanese ninja. If your white kid dresses up like Pocahontas, Mulan, or like the Black Panther. That it's a horrible thing and you're culturally appropriating somebody else's culture. And they're not allowed to do it, or your child's a racist and you're racist for letting them do it. And that's just not the damn truth. You see, they want to spin things. They are children. Children do not see racial lines unless you teach it to them as the parent. They don't see race. If a little white kid wants to look up to Pocahontas and be Pocahontas, they want to look up to the Black Panther and be the Black Panther. There shouldn't be a damn thing wrong with it. Because you should be thankful for the fact that they're looking up to somebody who's black and wants to dress up like the Black Panther because that's their favorite superhero. So they're looking up to somebody who's black. They're wanting to be like them. They're wanting to be a superhero. And that is a good thing. And the fact that the parent ain't crying about it is the fact that the parent's not racist either, and he's fine with it too. That's not appropriate cultural appropriation. Yeah, it's appropriate because it's America. We're all part of each other's culture here. This ain't 150 years ago. This is the new age, and the only way any damn body's going to move forward is if you start acting like it with a little bit of rational thought in your head. Anyhow, I'm Backwoods Hippie Steve Crow. Let me know what you think about this situation.